care about us.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Apologies for that. What the hell's going on?
Monsoon.
Yeah.
Technocracy.
The beam of light that you saw from the flashlight seemed to have come from downstairs.
Oh, so it wasn't like somebody signaling. It was just somebody.
No. It's like if someone like maybe heard something and then turned around very quickly and then just
didn't hear me.
turned back.
They didn't hear me.
No. Well,
No, they didn't hear me. I have sense beast, which is a permanent passive, or not sense beast. Silence of death. Excuse me.
Nice.
They don't hear me walking, moving.
Yeah, you never make sound, but it might not be you.
If I slam a door, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they didn't hear me.
So,
following her. She's the expert.
Yeah, we're going where the. Well, can I roll an awareness to determine who's where? I mean, like, I'm now officially breaking and entering. I need to know where all of the.
But you didn't break. You just entered.
This is true. Broke. I did not. They did. Well, they may not have even broke. They may not. Well, they did break the outside security system, but they may not have broken the entry point. We can't confirm or deny that.
We might just be checking. It might be a health and wellness check, is what we're doing, just to make sure everybody's okay. You know. Sorry.
So, you give me give me resolve and awareness.
Oh, interesting.
Because it'll be against if there's anything hidden. Because it's something you're used to do. So
3 successes.
You go in. Not even. You just peek in.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize there are motion sensors inside. Those tiny little white thing with the blinking light.
Those aren't motion sensors. Those are footfall. They're horrible things. They're marketed retail, and they have a counter to torture retail employees.
Oh.
Except, no one's busted them.
Yeah, and she just looks at them.
No, I don't mean the things that beep when you walk by.
Yeah, most footfall don't actually beep.
No.
All they are is...
Yeah, no, what I meant is these, it's like you install them in the corner of a room or a corridor and at the top. And it's just whenever someone passes by, the light blinks. Within its arc.
Attached to in a camera.
But they haven't paid attention to that. So clearly...
They are not experts at this?
No. And the cops have probably been notified already.
It's why she took the keys out. She sighs. She looks at Lucky. Walk exactly where I do.
Okay.
The cameras are live. And the cops are on their way. And she's going to track the path of blind spots through this motion sensors.
He will follow.
Can you make a dexterity plus stealth?
And my specialization in breaking and entering?
Yes, you can add your specialization to it.
Okay, so
for sure.
What is the specialization?
Rule for specialization? Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah, in in the modified new rules, is it an extra die? Is it? Rule? I can't find it.
There are only 3. It's mentioned.
It's 159.
Skill specialties.
Yep.
1 extra die.
Yeah.
Into their dice pool.
Oh, cool.
We're looking for a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to follow her, or is this hers?
If Flory rolls a critical success, you don't need to roll at all.
Okay.
If not, you'll roll, but depending on how many successes...
How about 6?
No, that's an number of dice you roll. You still got
Oh,
just
number
2
of dice,
successes.
What
Two out of
happened
three.
to that?
But you can
Spend
use...
a willpower.
I got a
Mhm.
willpower. That's mathematically weird.
I know.
Okay, I'll roll a willpower. I'll use a willpower to re-roll the failed dice, correct? That are not
It's
one
the
die.
up to 3 failed dice.
Okay,
Or-
so re-roll 3.
Yeah,
She
but
has
it's...
4 failed normal and 1 failed.
Yeah.
hunger.
No, I know, but isn't willpower just
Normal
re-roll
dice,
up
which-
to 3 regular dice?
Yeah, and I failed 4 of them.
I thought it was all. I will
It,
check.
yeah, I thought it was all of them.
All
No,
of
no,
your
it's on
non-hunger.
page 158. Reroll up to 3 regular dice, not
Nice.
hunger dice, in any dice pool, except when the rules specifically exclude willpower rerolls.
Okay. So that gives me 1 more extra success.
Yep, so you're good. Which
That's-
means that
yeah,
Lucky's going to have to roll.
yeah. But does he get a benefit because I showed him where to walk?
Yes, he's going to have an extra die on it.
Okay.
Because you know where to go. It's just with barely the amount of successes. So you went in, you're able to step outside of, like, remain within the blind spots. But as you turn, like, you round the corner of the hall, you realize, oh, wait, okay, no, there's a blind spot there that normally, who the fuck puts something there? But whatever. It's just now you have to reorient yourself, which fine for you, Flory, but might not be lucky. Might not be so lucky.
All right. So stealth plus dex, yes?
Yes.
Plus 1 bonus. All right.
And for sure, while you're moving about, Flory, you make no sound.
It's why she wears high heels even when she can break and enter, because she doesn't make any sound from her person.
Okay. Here's my stealth and dex. And I should get an extra die. All right.
Mhm.
4 out of 3.
Okay, I thought everything
Nope,
blinked
we're still
for a
here.
sec. That's fine.
Mhm.
But you've got a lot more successes on hunger.
But it does not matter unless it is a critical, which it is not.
That is true. You don't have enough. I'm working on a different IP right now where that's different.
Yeah, I just looked up. I looked up the die rolls.
Good.
I need to look this up. Yeah, because I was
Yeah,
like,
they're we'll get used to it. You can follow Flory, and if anyone, actually, I'm gonna roll for them just in case. See what. Go. Okay.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Yep.
No one's gonna hear you come in. But you can hear them whisper. They're slightly drunk, and they're stage whispering because, you know, they think they're so clever. And you can... So they're downstairs. When you reach downstairs, you would have to... not even around the corner. They're basically... If you start walking down the stairs, which they make like a V like this, when you're in like that middle level between the first floor and the basement, if you crouch down, you would see them. They're right in front of, they're by the stairs. They have their back turned to the stairs because the the trophy case is on the opposite wall. And you can hear one say, "Come on, Zeke, you just have to break it." And Zeke's like, "It's not that easy, man. If we break it, the cops are gonna show up. I have to, it's called picking a lock."
So I see him. Is that correct?
You see 4 shapes, and according to what you heard, the one crouched down before the little lock that's on the trophy case is the one that the other voice called, like, named Zeke.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he has the same. Well, I mean, the 4 guys are wearing the same sweater with their team and Siege name on it. So of course. But I mean, he called him Zeke.
Do I see him? His dreads. Do I see him?
He's got his back turned to you. It's dark, but you can make an awareness check to see if you see the dreads poking out of his hood, because that's what they're long enough for that. That's what you saw on the CCTV footage.
Yeah, I just want to see if I recognize him.
Yeah.
That's all.
We'll go with just difficulty 2, because you know what to look for.
Yep.
Yeah, it's him. Like
Okay.
at one moment, there's like a one of the there's only one guy with a flashlight, and he seems either bored or jittery. And he moves the flashlight around, and you can clearly see out of Zeke's hood, there's like a couple of dreads that are just a little bit poking out, but it's him. There's no mistaking it.
Cool. Lucky's a pretty chill person,
Mhm.
and likes, is like, let's not get violent. Generally speaking, we just had a whole conversation earlier about maybe not getting violent. And a little bit earlier even, had a whole conversation about taking care of the neighborhood and got a 6-pack of beer for Leo and all that. I will activate prowess in my potence. And that requires a rouse check.
Yeah.
So I will do that. I'm not really here anymore. I'm at Hunger 4.
Oh.
And I'm going to now move and attack. Is he?
Well, yes. Let me just get the thing about hunger for 2 seconds.
It's 5. When you're at 5, then you can't spend.
Yeah, but wasn't there like a narrative gradient?
If you have stigmata, when you're, I remember I was looking for it, but
hunger.
Yeah,
at 5 you're ravenous and can barely think of anything. So at 4, you're up there.
So this leads to a very interesting point that we were talking about. Well, unfortunately, Simon was away. Technically, Flory has Sense Beast, which you can also use as a passive. And using it as a passive, not to determine, I don't think she would be using this as a moment of actively using this, but it's one of those things that the minute it became a breaking and entering situation, it was a default. This is her pattern. This is what she does because she's a professional and she robs and murders people. It's always kind of passively in the back of her mind in case there's a change in her environment. Would this perhaps set off that change in her environment?
Let me check.
Because I guess technically Flory has to be in front of Lucky. So Lucky is behind
Sense
her.
the beast.
Yeah. Sense the beast. The vampire can sense the beast present in mortals, vampires, and other supernaturals, gaining a sense of their
You
nature, hunger, and
would still
hostility.
need to make a roll. I would say
I would
it's
still
still
need to
a
make a
reflexive roll because
Okay.
you know
Yeah,
he's a
I'm not
vampire
looking
already.
Yeah. I'm not looking for to gain information. I'm not looking for her to know all the details in this kind of thing, but is it more of a, if I use the role, can it just be she recognizes that there's something changed behind her?
Yep. I'd say passively, if you succeed on the roll, you'll know that he's about to pounce because he's too hungry for that. So
also my beast is just here. My beast is just ready.
That's
that's it.
Even if I had hunger one, my beast would have just taken over and done it anyway.
Okay, so that's a
you roll resolve animalism, and a trooper rolls composure and subterfuge.
Okay.
But
I would say this is not necessarily tied to hunger. This is the beast.
Yeah, both of which
it's if she gets a critical, she also knows your hunger.
What and subterfuge? What and subterfuge?
Composure.
Composure. Bestial fail.
I still only succeeded on one, but it's a roll against, so it's 1 against your bestial fail. This is going to be great.
Yeah, that's.
So can I just say that narratively, she has this moment of like half second, like the hairs on the back of her neck go up, and she realized what was calm, what she had perceived and put in this box of like, he's okay to have behind me is no longer okay to be behind her.
That calm you felt was the calm before the storm.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. She is pivoting out of the way. She's not going to try and save anything at this moment. You're
saving yourself.
God, yes.
All right. So guess what, Lucky?
I will take my compulsion.
Flory even moved out of the way to give you like a straight line.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to clean up a mess.
I'm not present right now. I'm Lucky's not here, Mrs. Torrance. My compulsion, by the way, which now because of a bestial fail, the vampire takes a stand against whatever or whomever they see as the status quo in the situation, whether that's their leader, a viewpoint expressed by a potential vessel, or just the task they're supposed to do at the moment, until they've gone against their orders or expectations, perceived or real. The vampire receives 2 dice penalty to all rolls. The compulsion ends once they've managed to either make someone change their minds by force, if necessary, or done the opposite of what was expected of them. I do not think that I was expected to go and just murder these people, which I'm gonna do.
No, you were not. You weren't supposed to, and Arthur made it clear. The status quo made it clear that you should not do this.
But I will be at a 2 dice penalty to all my rolls until after.
Yeah, because now you're not even thinking clearly. You're just
because I haven't murdered them yet.
Going for it.
Murdered them yet. I would like to move forward and attack Ezekiel. Is what I'd like to do.
You can pounce on him. He is unaware.
Yeah.
Because you all succeeded on checks and Flory doesn't make any sound. Like he can't even roll to defend against this right now.
Melee, strength melee, yes?
Yes, that would be. Hey, it's our first combat. Let me just put the combat music on. Because I had a specific track that is actually the Vampire the Masquerade chapters soundtrack. Official soundtrack.
Oh, that's very nice.
Where can you get it?
You can only listen to it on SoundCloud. It is not gettable otherwise.
Okay.
And even on SoundCloud, I need to check with my boss because I think they're still like private.
Oh, okay. Well, I was giving you an opportunity to shill the product.
Yeah, I know, I think I think it's going to be like available the moment the game ships. Okay, I just need very quickly rules, conflict. Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Oh, that's why no one hears it.
I hear it.
But not our good friends on chat.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think, unless it worked. Anyway, all my settings are just gone haywire.
Hawkeye says he can hear it now.
You pounce on him.
Strength melee?
Yeah, strength melee. And
I'm going to grab him,
Yeah, he's not going to try to do anything right now. So he's not even going to try to counterattack you or to dodge out of the way. He's unaware.
Yeah. Sure. This is what I'm gonna do because it's what. I'm gonna do what I'm doing really is a brawling attack with my fangs. Is what I'm doing.
You're biting, so you also have the minuses for biting.
Yes, which is how much?
I was going to say
Minus
2.
2?
Yeah, I have the...
It was in there. Bite attacks. Blah, blah, blah. Fangs as brawl-based attack. Intention to bite. 2 dice. Yes. Okay. I'm going to do that. Is it, do we do a separate damage roll or no?
Give me just a second.
Curious.
By the way, it is made against a static difficulty of 1.
Okay.
By the way. Each margin of success that you get is damage that he takes.
Okay, so I will get a +1 for prowess, which is half of my potence rounded down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at -4, so that's -3 total. Because I am choleric, I get a +1 to my dice pool using those things, but I don't think it'll count for the power because it's a power, so it will not count for this one. So let's just do for this moment, a brawl and melee. Let's just do that. Brawl, strength brawl, -3. Oh, they only give me bonuses for my extra die. That's no good. How am I going to do that?
Can you just put -3 and enter in the box?
No, extra dice is a. I have 1 extra die.
So can you? I guess you have to uncheck dice and then recheck them.
Maybe. Let me see what happens if I submit here. Difficulty 1. Do I get? This is a test to see if I can do a subtraction on the die.
Yeah, just up the difficulty right now.
Bestial failure.
And those are all the dice that you had to roll.
They are all the die. Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
When I really should not have rolled. I should have rolled 3 dice, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
Well, you always roll your hunger dice, and the 4 at the bottom are your hunger dice.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So
because it's 7 total, except 4 of them are turned into.
Right. So we would just not count the top dice because I have 4 hunger, so I'm only rolling 4.
Yeah.
That's a bestial fail.
Except you could use a willpower to reroll those 2 black dice.
No, because those dice are taken off my pool because I'm at -4 dice. So instead of 7, I would be rolling 3, but I have to roll all 4 hunger dice. So
yeah,
no
it would be
what,
only hunger.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I will compulse you to take the following compulsion.
Okay, give me an extra compulsion. I'll take 2 compulsion.
Oh, we're going for hunger. So any action that is not immediately conducive to feeding, you have a -2 dice penalty to it. And what they're citing as an example in a violent setting is you discard their weapon, you throw yourself headfirst into a grapple determined to feed.
Which I'm already doing. I'm in it.
Yes. Except, if they run away, you're going to have to follow. If they,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very interesting.
Come on now.
So
there's going to be a lot of murder.
Let's go with start. Whoa.
That was my surprise round. I'm gonna murder.
Oh yes, people. And I'll describe in a moment what just happened.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. I have a plan.
Yeah, Lucky's not here right now.
It's an interesting plan.
Lucky's friend is here right now, and Lucky's friend is way less nice than Lucky. And Lucky's friend.
Okay, so in 5th edition, there's no longer an initiative for a round. Everyone states what they want to do, and everyone rolls at the same time, and then I'll resolve what happens according to everyone's roll. Except you had surprise, so that's different because you went first. And you act in descending order of actions normally. So what they say is close combat goes first, followed by ranged, followed by those who haven't initiated physical combat, followed by everything else. Or we could use the traditional initiative system, but we'll see. We'll try it with this.
Yeah.
So, first round of combat. What is your intention, players?
I'm going to grab him and bite him. That's what I'm going to
And
do.
by him, you mean specifically Ezekiel.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, need to describe it first. I'm sorry. I went too fast.
Yeah.
As you lunge on Ezekiel, the guy holding the flashlight just mutters at the last moment "Oh shit!" And Ezekiel loses his balance just enough that you, who were focused solely on his neck, which, if you had seen clearer, you would have probably aimed for a, center mass or more, just to make sure you could grab hold onto him.
Yeah.
You, Lucky, just go crashing headfirst into the trophy case. Yeah. The glass shatters. It makes a thunderous sound that just echoes throughout not just the basement, but the entire complex. The other three, the guy with the flashlight and the other two who were just there for moral support, begin to panic. Someone who was next to Ezekiel, who saw you just smash into the glass case. This is for flavor. But technically we're in a new scene, and you did not use Blush of Life. But I would allow your Blush of Life to have remained from earlier, because it's just a change of location, but the same scene. So I'll ask you, you decide. Do you want to have kept it or not?
Yes, because we wouldn't know if we would have run into people.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So instead of screaming whatever it is they would have screamed, he just says, "Shit, what the fuck? Get out!" And he, instead of moving, that person who warned the others is rooted in place, looking left and right, kind of confused at the suddenness of everything. Ezekiel, for his turn, will try to scramble up and run away enough away that he can kind of gauge what's happening.
Yep.
The guy with the flashlight backs off. He's going to back off until his back hits the staircase. And the other guy is going to do the same. Flory.
Flory knows that Blucky isn't home right now.
I'm not home right now.
So she's going into damage control, and the first thing that she does is she's going to activate chemistry, or she's going to use chemistry and make it audio visual, and make for the three of them and Ezekiel perceive Lucky as she's going to go for it and just possibly piss off a population, but at the moment she doesn't really care. She's going to go for it and make him appear like a very, very large mountain lion.
Oh, wow.
Cougar,
this is going
all
to be
up in
bad. I'm going to do a lot of damage to people.
And it's like, he's not thinking clearly. If he does kill and leave a whole bunch of bodies, at least we'll have seen a cougar.
Yeah.
She had this, there was this brief thought in her mind. It's like, well, if I was in Europe, I would use a werewolf, but not in this country. She hasn't made. She's still friends with Yuma at the moment.
Yeah, you might not want to.
Exactly.
Pop
That's why she said
a big ass wolf
we were
in there.
Exactly. If we were in Europe, she wouldn't care. But right now, she's still friends with Yuma, so she intentionally is not using a wolf. She is using a cougar.
This is just chemistry, right?
Just chemistry, and it is
composure and wits.
Composure and wits, and I have manipulation obfuscate.
I'm gonna activate rapid reflexes, my celerity, because that's for free. And
okay.
I am not home right now. I want dinner, and to protect people from this danger, this college student.
They lose. 2 dice. Okay, so if they fail, they will lose 2 dice to their defense action, so we'll do the chemistry first because it will inform how what Ezekiel can do.
But I get to go before him, I believe.
Yeah, but it's just the penalty would apply to his check against you.
Oh, this is I'm almost sorry for these humans, but not really.
Your difficulty will be 1.
Yeah, have I mentioned I'm almost sorry for these humans?
Probably. I mean, you're not. How sorry are you for them?
Oh God! If they lose, they lose their next active action.
Yeah.
Oh, but they can still defend as normal. Okay, cool. So.
And a difficulty 1, you said?
Yeah. Just don't fail.
Yep.
3 out of.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Yeah.
So here's what's gonna happen.
I rolled 6 dice and only rolled 3 successes.
The moment they're like the 2 of them, flashlight guy and the other, their back hits the wall, the staircase, they freeze. The guy who froze.
This does cost me a rouse check, and I have an extra hunger.
I have a question. Is what level is manipulation?
My manipulation is 4.
You know, what level power is it?
What, chemistry?
Oh, it's a level 2 obfuscate.
Okay.
It's a level. Yeah, it's a level 2 obfuscate.
Because we get to do a reroll for level 1 disciplines.
No, it's a level 2 obfuscate.
But the rouse check, you have to roll it before, because you would have changed one of your black dice. It doesn't matter now, but you would have changed one of the black dice to.
But it doesn't impact the roll that you were making it for.
No, that's true. That's true.
You roll it after.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Sorry, but in chapters we have to roll it first. He has -2 dice to his defense.
So does everyone else. Everyone who can see in this room.
The big mountain lion.
So instead of screaming, "What the fuck? Run!" he's going to scream instead, "What the fuck, a cougar?" And you jump on Ezekiel. Give me that strength plus brawl. You are going to go for a grapple first, not a bite first, because that's what the compulsion for hunger forces you to do.
It will forces you to attack them, right?
They say lunge into a grapple.
Do you have to grapple before you bite?
It's because it's easier to bite once you have them grappled.
Okay. Only my hunger dice are going to count because I'm at -6 to my roll.
No, because the -2 that hunger
-2
would.
for my first compulsion, -2 for my hunger compulsion.
No, the hunger compulsion, so long as you're doing an action that leads to feeding, so you're fine with that one. So you only have -4.
Yeah, so
well, grapple, you don't have a -4 though.
Oh.
Because you're not biting just yet.
So I'm at -2.
Yeah, and let me check. I have grapple right here. Block, maneuver, all-out attack, all-out defense.
Ooh.
No. I'm looking at... there we go. Close combat, grappling, strength plus brawl. You just need more successes than them. You don't have any penalties.
I have -2 because of my compulsion.
But I mean for the others. So
for my first compulsion. So take off my 2 critical successes.
Look,
and that's a 2.
Okay.
Right, I'll just take off my 2 best die rolls from my regular.
You still succeed. So you do no damage, but now he's restrained, which means that in the next round, you can engage in a strength plus brawl against them. No penalty, just strength plus brawl. Well, I mean, your penalties for your first compulsion. But if you succeed, then you bite them immediately as a bite attack.
Okay. So
you do not have that -2 for bite because it's a bite attacks against a grapple foe suffer no bite penalties.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
He's just to because what they see is not what happens.
No.
What happens, Lucky?
Lucky is I think Lucky's beast is very how do I put this? You know, there's a movement that seems like you're very calm, but that is the kind of thing that makes you more concerned. Do you know what I mean? Like it's that kind of like Lucky has a bit of like a friendliness about him, and a bit of a his body moves like a person who is relaxed, you know. There's like a kind of like a bit of a like there's like if I were gonna put this in terms of shapes, Lucky moves with curves. Like he like his arms are not like stiff or angular.
You're like water.
Moves, yeah, normally he moves like water. He's an athlete who's used to sort of like moving on the ice, right? And a sailor. There's a kind of it's not exactly swagger, but it's a kind of a movement that sort of evokes like water. That is all gone. Everything now is direct. It is fast. It is brutally efficient. It's not it's that kind of anger that's cold. It's that kind of efficiency that says this is a predator who does not care about anything besides getting what they want. And Lucky moves, and like that kind of like Crack said, Florrie's hair stand up on like the back of her head, of her neck. And there's just something about like this brutal efficiency of just grabbing this person, probably too tight, and in a way that's like immediately you're there. And it's quiet and disconcerting, right? It's that kind of feeling that this person, it's not even really a person anymore, will not be reasoned with, will not be moved, will not stop. That kind of, I suppose it's the difference between seeing somebody who's angry with you, who wants to beat you up at a bar, and a serial killer.
Yeah, he's got the cold confidence of, I've done it before, I know what I'm doing.
And there's no one here. There was like an interview with somebody who survived the Zodiac killer, and they were saying that when you like are being attacked by somebody, you should like try to personalize yourself, like talk about like, you know, your family and like who, like these kinds of things. This person was doing that.
Yeah, but
like, oh yeah,
it doesn't matter with them. No,
it does not matter. And it is that
he is frozen in place. Remember, he was trying to scramble up, so he's still kind of half crouch.
Yeah.
He sees a mountain lion prowl in front of him. Florrie, you can see Lucky for what he is, for the monster, the beast, about to feed. And we will switch the camera to Ezekiel's point of view, as he just sees this mountain lion come up and its head approach him and open up its jaw wide to bite. And the illusion fades as Lucky's mouth opens, but there's still fangs inside this mouth. And the camera plunges in the dark of Lucky's mouth. We hear a scream, and we're gonna end there tonight.
Next time I have to roll, yeah.
Yeah.
For the bite.
We start. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna do all their stuff. I don't know what their friends aren't gonna do anything, because their friends are
terrified and can't do anything.
Yeah.
Because that's the other point of chemistry, is everybody who saw this.
Yeah.
Can make a defend or resist, but you're not attacking them, so they lose their next action.
Yeah.
His next action would have been to defend. No, his next action was the defense that only rolled one success.
That is correct.
But if you call on the chemistry again, he's still going to see the mountain lion, and he's still going to lose. So long as you keep using it. It only lasts one turn because it's a quick thing.
Yeah, it's a quick thing.
But the thing is, so long as Florrie rouses every turn, it works. It's just, it's not advised to do that because it's going to be costly.
If it looks like it becomes complicated, then she shifts from chemistry to Fata Morgana. Fata Morgana lasts as long as she wants it to.
I'm gonna say hi to Ezekiel in a very friendly way.
Yeah. So
it's It's going to be violent.
But it also is just long enough for her to change certain things that they're going to do.
Yeah. That's all you need. You need just a little bit of a. I hope, Artie. I hope you weren't waiting to get a lot of really good information from Ezekiel. I don't think we're gonna get that. Maybe he'll run away and escape.
Well,
he's currently grappled, and all of his defenses are now at a -2.
Yeah, and I've got potence up and celerity.
I'll give you this before I forget for next week. I've written it in my notes, but just in case. Flory, when you came in, there were motion detectors. There are also cameras that you covered the blind spots of. But as a professional, you know how to make a mental note of you've been seen now.
Yeah. She knows this is a giant friggin' mess. She knows she's going to have to clean this up. But she's like, no, first things first.
I just want you, Deirdre, to remember, in case I forget next week, because I have a list of notes for today. Your discussion in the first half of the game was very interesting to me.
But were we able to avoid being seen in the cameras?
When you came in. But once the fight starts, you're lucky you're not paying attention to cameras anymore.
Lucky's not paying attention to the cameras, and they broke the glass.
Yeah.
So
I have my hoodie up, if that helps. But
yeah. But Flory's got a list of 3 things she's going to do in this minute, none of which are going to involve getting between you and the guy you're about to eat.
That's good, because I'm going to eat him.
No, Flory's thing is like, dude, this guy is dead. I'm just on cleanup duty. There's also, she's going to make a phone call after this.
It's going to be fun.
I'm gonna make a murder. I mean, I may fail. I may not eat him.
Well, I mean, right now, what the fuck, Lucky? You are unlucky. Bestial failure after bestial failure.
The dice want to tell a story, and that is when the beast takes over. The beast has.
It's what I said. In the end, the beast always wins.
Yeah.
I think. Shit. Yes, that's gonna be tonight's title.
Yeah. You just don't do it. You don't upset people like that, The beast.
Yeah.
And Pope, remember in The Witcher when we described milking the severed limbs for the blood? It's not going to be good, is what I'm trying to tell you.
But it's going to be like that. It's going
to be worse, I think.
So what we know is that Trooper is going to milk a bunch of college students.
He's going to milk one.
Yeah.
Of their blood. I don't know if adding that makes it worse.
Flory is going to try and get the other 3 to run away.
Well, we'll keep that for next week.
Yeah. Flory has plans.
Before we go, may I ask a question?
Yes.
But
is there any blood?
Currently? Currently none yet, because you haven't. We cut just before you bite.
Because I just need to know if I need to make a frenzy check.
No, we'll do that next week. Because technically, right now, because the scream is off camera or it's on a frame of black. If you miss, it's the scream of one of the other guys. You know?
Yeah.
Doing kind of a Doctor Who thing.
Love it.
So
I see it. Because I suppose it'll happen.
Mm-hmm. You're the one who has had the least time in this second half. So hey, who are you? Where can we find you? What do you have going on?
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Builds. We're Pope World Builds on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. I had an absolute blast tonight. Again, when you're working with this quality of people, I enjoy being a member of the audience and letting these two just go and seeing where the story goes. If you want to see more of this silly face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up next is Wednesday over in Practical Thesmophoria at 9 p.m. as we have successfully retreated. Zweihander no longer retreat. We have retreated. Now it's everything that's been following. And yeah, it's gonna be time. There will be conflict, there will be blood, and hopefully we won't all die. Surprisingly less stressful than this. And then on Saturday, the stress ratchets back up as we're back on for more Song of Gapia's Fortune. This will be episode what? 4? 5? And I'm already experiencing guilt. So that's a thing. Come see something that is just all the plot threads, and I need a board. I need a board. And then Sunday for Witcher Roads Home. That different kind of problem, sucking chest wounds style of problem.
Sucking a chest. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that kind of problem. And so definitely you're gonna want to tune in for that. As I follow Prax around like a punk puppy, and then definitely be back here for more of this, because I am just enraptured with these characters and this city. All these amazing characters that we are seeing, these people that feel very real. And there is going to be so much different kinds of hell to pay for just what transpired in a flashing moment. And it is going to be a sight to see. Both the stain, the cleanup, and this is without the machinations of other kindred.
It's only been like not even 48 hours.
Yeah.
I got stuff, but I have to wait because it's only been 2 nights. Like
there's going to be a lot, and the fact that no kindred has regained control of the police, of the media, of forensics, of law enforcement, of the judiciary. There is so much that this is the Wild West that cleanup, which used to be an inconvenience in Montreal, has now become a dire situation. You're going to want to tune in next week. And thank you all so much for being here. We're a live VOD YouTuber. Story is nothing without its audience. You're much part of this as we are. Take care of yourselves and one another. See you around.
Thank you, Pope, for coming tonight. Deirdre, you're next.
Oh, me. It's my turn. I get to be like, I have one thing I want to say. I would like to remind people, this is not the Ravnos' fault.
Nope. I would never blame you.
No, but other people do.
Well.
They frequently blame the Ravnos, and this is not the Ravnos' fault.
Ooh.
This is the Brujas' fault. Love you, too.
Yeah.
I loved
But
every
it wasn't a fury frenzy, if that helps.
I love that for a second the captions called them brew house, like a brew house for yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. I also loved everything about Trooper trying to understand who Val is to Artie, and just like that dynamic between Lucky being like, what do you mean you and your sire are not healthy for each other in any way, shape, or form?
Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean sire hatred exists as a flaw?
Yeah, all of those things. It's like a great thing, and I loved every little bit of that conversation. I also loved all of the like the little bits of like Fleury just being like, "You don't want to know what the Giovanni." Oh, so good. She is fun. I like playing her. And this will be great. And I can't wait to see what happens with Betty, because that's going to be, Lucky's concerned about her dying. Lori never said she was going to kill her. She said she was going to tie her up and give her as a present to her Zalmati, which she's probably still going to do.
Yeah. And I suppose that, Chronicle tenants, right, respect the community that is here, would be a concern that Lucky has. Right now, Lucky does not have a concern about the other Chronicle tenant, worry about collateral damage, because Lucky's not here right now. Is all.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
I'm giving Ravenous level of respect to the people that are here. I mean, basically. But as for me, hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Dirge on Twitter, or Praxagorth as me for you see me around here on Twitch, your friendly neighborhood Prax. And basically I get to hang out with these people all week. It's great. Wednesday, Pope, me, Longer Street on my channel, and I am playing our wonderful Nethra Fusefire, for whom the belief is I don't care if they're a necromantic sorcerer pledged to the Plague Father or not, I'm going to shoot them in the face. And this halfway decent human, I kind of think is okay. He's got this really cool kind of like love thing going on with this dude called Sigmar, and he makes me shoot them even better. So, okay, that's cool.
That's how it starts.
What?
Nothing.
No, she doesn't care about Sigmar. She just cares that Sigmar loves Gisela. That's the important part. And then on Saturday, like Pope said, back on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern for A Song of Agapia's Fortune. Yes, we are going into episode 4, because we did the first 2 were the first night. And then last night was episode 3, and you had a really calm, relaxing you had breakfast and sour and beer and pear beers.
That is how things started. That is not how anything ended.
That's not my fault that you decided that your bard rolled a 31 intimidate. And that'll be very interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Then you can also find them back on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I thank you everyone who hung out, even though we were late last night. For Witcher Roads Home Season 4, we're in Mahakam. And there are dinner plans, which are going to be entertaining.
Yep.
I would just like to point out that a lot of people for the last 3 seasons have tried to say that Zerny's just a trash fire. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Zerny's not a trash fire. Zerny's not a trash fire. And now you do. Zerny's not a trash fire. He's just a privileged, spoiled, entitled, at leisure, youngest noble son.
Yanto never called him a trash fire, by the way.
Yanto didn't, but a whole lot of other people did.
There are orgies, you know what I mean? Like, he just couldn't participate because it would break, spine.
It's okay. It's okay. But that's me. You can find me online. Check my Twitter, because that's supposed to where I'm going to be, and all the fun, wonderful people I get to hang out with. Like these people. They're great. Follow them. Follow everybody. It'll be great. Until next time, everybody.
Thank you for coming. And last but not least, Trooper.
Hi, I'm Trooper SJP. Also, I was playing Lucky. And also, Lucky's friend, his beast. I like to imagine when he was moving, there's like kind of an angularity about it. And that way it kind of is a little bit creepy, and like, J horror films are like, oh, your body probably shouldn't do that. Oh, unfortunately. Just kind of like that, right? And like weird that you speed up the film a little bit. So it's just a little bit too fast and it's a little bit too angular, and you're like, oh, that's all bad. So yeah, I had a lovely time. I had such a wonderful time. I really appreciated, let me put it this way. I really appreciated Artie. This group, right? All 3 of us, and our missing one thing that I notice about our vampires is that we're very pleasant. We're very polite and pleasant for the most part, friendly. Sometimes we're less pleasant with some people, but generally speaking, we're very friendly vampires. Some vampires are less friendly. Some vampires are surly and like, but like very friendly. And then every once in a while, like with Artie, the mask slips just a little bit and you're like, ooh, And I loved seeing Artie's Zeemish mask slip. And you're like, oh, yeah.
He's done shit.
And might still do. Is not a human, right? Is what I'm trying to say. And with Florrie, what I loved about Florrie, just a couple of things. One, first off, Florrie dealing with the college students, brilliant. Just all the love, all the time. All the love, all the time. But then also her mask slips in that moment, right? When Lucky's not here right now, Mrs. Torrance, she's like, she does not care about those people at all. She's like, no, I just care about, keeping Masquerade somewhat together. And no, there's just really no concern about the carnage that's going to happen because, she is also not a human. And so I loved both of those things very, very much. There's something really wonderful about how the vampires are like the most friendly vampires you'll ever meet, but they are still vampires and they are not humans. It's really what it comes down to, right? No matter how friendly and nice and pleasant you might be, you are also not a human. You know what I mean? And it's going to be, that's what you need to know. And so I love that. And I want to give Simon some love for the horror in the basement. Just the description of the horror in the basement is so good. So good. So good. Yes. Yes.
I already have my my intro for next week then.
Does it involve how everybody's friendly until they rip your faces off?
No. I'm just gonna note it down for myself real quick.
Oh, and you can find me, what is today? Today is Monday. Wednesday over at 8 p.m. Yes, over at Laugh Love Lindy's Place, you can come to see the finale of Upon the Hexhamshire Moors, A Good Society campaign. And then on Friday over at my channel at 7 p.m. Eastern, you can join me for part 2 of our 2-parter of Tunnels and Trolls into Zor, where we're playing one of the RPGs, the second ever RPG published. And one of the first ones that had a woman be one of the main co-writers for one of the later editions, one of the sort of core editions, and great cast, and that'll be really fun. And then on Sunday you can meet my druid in Witcher: The Road's Home with this whole crew, who, unlike Lucky, is less pleasant. It's just less pleasant. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. And it was so lovely. And I want to thank everybody who was here and chatting in the chat and who's letting us know that you're like, ooh, wow, ooh, like that. Hey, chat, I saw you. I love it. That's me.
Thank you, Trooper, for coming. Thank you, chat, for being here tonight. Thank you, everyone, for taking time off your Monday evening to come tell this tale of blood and weird French expressions. I am Simon at Wandering DM. You can find me again on Wednesday over on twitch.tv/LaughLoveLindy for the finale of Upon the Hexhamshire Moors, as I will probably die, maybe, because I will reach the fated age of too old to live in this village, and I will be murdered by some young upstarts, probably Samuel Chumley.
Probably.
Which would be hilarious. The cycle continues. And that's what all the bodies and the minds are. It's just all the old people that were there before us.
Yes,
it's a Hut Fuzz thing. Like,
we're actually doing Logan's Run. Like, once you hit a certain age, you just gotta go. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Then on Thursday, you can come back here. I'm not on camera, but I'm producing Hill Country Horror. And it's going to be the 5th out of 6 episodes this week. Shit hit the fan things are bad. There's the monsters and rituals, and there's probably one of the players that got lost trying to get B-roll for his YouTube video, might have been eaten alive.
Oh.
But we got a very tender moment with our two hunky gay cowboys, the himbos of the group, which aren't players. They're just NPCs that they yank them out of the street and they're like, "You're with us now." So that's super fun. And then on Saturday, we're not playing Scion because we're leveling up everyone to Demigod after the epic fight of last week. So we'll be back next week for Scion. And I may do something on Friday. I'm not quite sure. I'll see. No, that's not true. I'm not going to do anything on Friday because I just forgot. I have stuff. So we'll see you next week, I guess. Thanks for coming, everyone.